Radyo Eskwela sa Radyo Bago 101.7 FM.
Maayong aga sa tanan nga tagpalamati diri sa aton programa, ang Eskwelahan sa Kahanginan. Radyo Eskwela sa Radyo Bago 101.7 FM, ang radyo sa mga bagunhon. Aton ini. I am Teacher Al.
Good morning. I am Teacher Gisette. We will be your teachers on air for today. Today, we will learn about clipped words and their meanings through context clues.
Our episode is intended for grade 5 learners. Kids, are you ready to learn something new today? We are glad to be with you and learn at the same time.
I am sure we will all have a great day. And of course, that includes the parents of our listeners who are always ready to support their kids.
What are you waiting for, kids? Get yourselves and your self learning modules ready. Let's have fun today.
Before we begin with today's lesson, let's find out how much you already know about rhyming words.
Are you ready, kids? Open your modules on page 2. Again, open your modules on page 2. Let's answer the question in what I know.
Before anything else, let's read the directions. Give the original word of the given clipped word. Write the letter of the correct answer in your notebook. Let me repeat. Directions. Give the original word of the given clipped word. Write the letter of the correct answer in your notebook.
Let's start number 1. Coke, a carbonated drink flavored with extract from cola nuts. From which of the following words does the word Coke come from? A. Coca-Cola. B. Cocoa. C. Cocaine. Or D. Coconut. Again, from which of the following words does the word Coke come from? A. Coca-Cola. B. Cocoa. C. Cocaine. Or D. Coconut. Number 2. Co-ed, school attended by members of both sexes. Where did word co-ed come from? A. Co-edum. B. Co-edit. C. Co-editor. Or D. Co-educational. Again, number 2. Co-ed, school attended by members of both sexes. Where did the word co-ed come from? A. Co-edum. B. Co-edit. C. Co-editor. Or D. Co-educational. And number 3. Granny, the mother of your father or mother. Granny came from what original word? A. Grandmaster. B. Grandfather. C. Grandmother. Or D. Granary. One more time. Granny came from what original word? A. Grandmaster. B. Grandfather. C. Grandmother. Or D. Granary. Number 4. Vet, a doctor who practices veterinary medicine. This clipped word came from A. Vegetarian. B. Vietnamese. C. Veteran. Or D. Veterinarian. Let me repeat the clip word. Vet came from A. Vegetarian. B. Vietnamese. C. Veteran, or D. Veterinarian? And finally, number 5, gent, a man of refinement. This word was taken from a genealogist. B. Gentleman. C. Gentle. Or D. General. Again, the word gent was taken from A. Genealogist. B. Gentleman. C. Gentle. Or D. General.
Well, how is it? Do you think you fared well? Let's check your answers. Number 1. Coke is the clipped word for Coca-Cola. 2. Co-ed is the clipped word for co-educational. 3. Granny is the clipped word for grandmother. 4. Vet is the clipped word for veterinarian. 5. Gent is the clipped word for gentleman. If your answers are all correct, you did very well. This shows that you already know a lot about the topic. You may still study the module to review what you already know. Who knows? You might learn a few things that are newer as well.
Yes, of course, Teacher Gisette. Kids, if you got a low score, don't feel bad. This means that this module is for you. It will help you understand important concepts that you can apply in your daily life. If you study this module carefully, you will learn the answers to all items in the test and a lot more. Are you ready?
Now, kids, let's proceed to the next activity. Open your modules on page 3. What's in? Let's answer activity 1. Identify the shortened form of the underlined words in each sentence. Write only the letter. Again, identify the shortened form of the underlined words in each sentence. Write only the letter. Let's begin. Number 1. It is convenient to save documents in a compact diskette. A. CD-ROM. B. Disk. C. USB. Again, it is convenient to save documents in a compact diskette. A. CD-ROM. B. Disk. C. USB. Number 2. He brought a very expensive motorbike. A. Auto. B. Bike. C. Cycle. Again, he brought a very expensive motorbike. A. Auto. B. Bike. C. Cycle. Number 3. The athletes are waiting at the gymnasium. A. Center. B. Gym. C. Resto. Again, the athletes are waiting at the gymnasium. A. Center. B. Gym. C. Resto. Number 4. Tanya brought her cat to the veterinarian. A. Doctor. B. Medicare. C. Vet. Again, Tanya brought her cat to the veterinarian. A. Doctor. B. Medicare. C. Vet. Number 5. Kids love hamburger. A. Burger. B. Snack. C. Sandwich. Again, kids love hamburger. A. Burger. B. Snack. C. Sandwich.
And now, let's check your answers. Number 1, the shorthand word for compact diskette is B, disc. Number 2, the shortened word for motorbike is B, bike. Number 3, the shortened word for gymnasium is B, gym. Number 4, the shortened word for veterinarian is C, vet. The shortened word for hamburger is A, burger.
Well done, kids!
Kids, do you know that words, especially the longer ones, can be shortened but do not change their meaning? You heard it right. Take, for example, the following words of what's new found on page 4 on your modules Mathematics is shortened as math. Hamburger can be written as burger, and market is the same as mart.
Correct, Teacher Al. These shortened words mean the same as their longer form. Aside from these words, can you name other words that become shorter without changing their meaning? Write them on your notebook.
Most of us like to make things simple. In speech and in writing, we often shorten words to make them easier to say, write, remember, and understand. Instead of saying, I want to wear pantaloons today, one would always say, I want to wear pants today. Likewise, you often hear people say math instead of mathematics. It seems that people prefer to use the shorter and a simpler version of the word.
Perfectly said, Teacher Al. Words like math, burger, mart, and pants are what we call clipped words. Clipped words are words that have been shortened or clipped so that they become much shorter than the original words. Clipped words retain the meaning of the longer word. The process in which a word is reduced or shortened without changing the meaning of the word is called clipping.
To give you better idea about clip words, you need to be familiar with its different types. Now, open your modules on page 5 to 6. Again, open your modules on page 5 to 6. The three types of words clipping are: first, back clipping. Only the first part of the word is left intact. Examples are bra for brassiere and up for application. Number 2, force clipping. Only the last part of the word remains. Examples are phone for telephone and gator for alligator. Number 3, middle clipping. Only the middle part of the word stands. Example is flu for influenza. More examples of different types of clipping are given to you. Refer to the chart on pages 5 to 6.
So, kids, are you now familiar with the word clipping? and the different ways to clip longer words? Great! Now let's do the activities on what's more, pages 6 to 7 of your modules. In Activity 1, you are going to read each sentence that contains a clipped word. Figure out the meaning of the clipped word using context clues and match it with its longer word found in the bubble head. Let me repeat. Read each sentence that contains a clipped word. Figure out the meaning of the clipped word using context clues and match it with its longer word found in the bubble head. The words in the bubble head are crocodile, falling rocks, dormitory, microphone, promenade, promotion, Mike Enriquez, champion, and mansion. Let's begin. Number 1. Avoid going to the swamps and rivers in this area. I've heard that a croc lurks somewhere. Avoid going to the swamps and rivers in this area. I've heard that a croc lurks somewhere. Number 2. Every high school girl dreams of attending a prom or a formal dance held for a school class towards the end of the academic year. Again, every high school girl dreams of attending a prom or a formal dance held for a school class towards the end of the academic year. Number 3. Manny Pacquiao is the only boxing champ who won titles in 7 weight divisions. Again, Manny Pacquiao is the only boxing champ who won titles in 7 weight divisions. Number 4. Check the mic before starting the live broadcast. Again, check the mic before starting the live broadcast. Number 5. The students don't want to stay at the dorm alone because they heard some strange sounds. Again, the students don't want to stay at the dorm alone because they heard some strange sounds.
Let's find out your answers are correct. Number 1. Crook is for crocodile. Number 2. Prom is for promenade. Number 3. Champ is for champion. Number 4. Mic is for microphone. 5. Dorm is for dormitory. Did you get all the correct answers, kids? Nice job! Let's move on to activity 2. Write the original word of underlined clip word. Again, write the original word of the underlined clipped word. Examples. Their company spends a lot of money on ads. Ads is for advertisement. Now, let's start answering. Our barangay distributed 5 kilos of rice during the lockdown. I'll repeat. Our barangay distributed 5 kilos of rice during the lockdown. Number 2, my love results on COVID-19 came out negative. Again, My lab results on COVID-19 came out negative. The copter forces transported soldiers and frontline workers to the field hospital. Again, the copter forces transported soldiers and frontline workers to the field hospital. Number 4. Jeepneys need gas to run. Again, jeepneys need gas to run. And number 5. Teens are not happy about staying home all day. Again, teens are not happy about staying home all day.
Time's up, kids! Now let's see if you got the right answers in this activity. Number 1. Kilos is for kilograms. 2. Lab is for laboratory. 3. Copter is for helicopter. 4. Gas is for gasoline. 5. Teens is for teenagers. How well did you do in activity 2, kids? Fantastic!
You have learned new things today, our dear grade 5 learners. Let's wrap up what we have learned today. First, we learned that a clip word is a word formed by shortening a longer word without changing its meaning. Next, we also learned that there are three common types of clipping: back clipping, force clipping, and middle clipping. Finally, we learned that the context clues like synonyms, antonyms, word parts, and others can help in inferring the meaning of clipped words.
I agree, Teacher Al. If you kids listened carefully in our lesson today, you surely have learned about clipped words. At this moment, let's have another activity before we proceed to our assessment. Ready? Open your modules on page 8. What I can do. Rewrite the sentence using the clipped word of the underlined item. Again, rewrite the sentence using the clipped word of the underlined item. Let's start. Number 1. Keep the cheese inside the refrigerator. Again, keep the cheese inside the refrigerator. Number 2. TikTok is a popular smartphone application. Again, TikTok is a popular smartphone application. A hippopotamus is a gentle giant. Again, a hippopotamus is a gentle giant. Number 4. You have to see your doctor once a year for a checkup. Again, you have to see your doctor once a year for a checkup. Number 5. The earthquake lasted for about a minute. Again, the earthquake lasted for about a minute. Done writing? Teacher Al will help you check your answers.
And I am willing to help them, Teacher Gisette. Kids, look at your answers. Let's find out if you got all of them correct. Number one, keep the cheese inside the fridge. I'll repeat, keep the cheese inside the fridge. Number two, TikTok is a popular smartphone app. I'll repeat, TikTok is a popular smartphone app. Number three, a hippo is a gentle giant. I'll repeat, a hippo is a gentle giant. Number four, you have to see your dog once a year for a checkup. Again, you have to see your dog once a year for a checkup. Number five, the quake lasted for about a minute. Again, the quake lasted for about a minute. That was fun. Am I right, kids? I know that you are ready for the assessment.
Looks exciting, Teacher Al. Now, kids, get ready your ball pens and modules. You will answer the assessment. Good luck! Open your modules on page 8. You are going to identify the meaning of the clipped word from the choices given. Write only the letter of the correct answer. Let me repeat. Identify the meaning of the clipped word from the choices given. Write only the letter of the correct answer. Begin. Number 1. Always wear a helmet when you ride a bike. A. Motorcycle. B. Pedicab. C. Bicycle. Again. Always wear a helmet when you ride a bike. A. Motorcycle. B. Pedicab. C. Bicycle. Number 2. The fans screamed and cried when Justin Bieber appeared on stage. A. Cooling devices on stage that direct air current. B. People who follow and admire another. C. The loudspeakers used during a concert. Again, the fans screamed and cried when Justin Bieber appeared on stage. A. Cooling devices on stage that direct air current. B. People who follow and admire another. C. The loudspeakers used during a concert. Number 3. Floyd Mayweather loves to ride a limo when he is out at night. A. Rare breed of horse. B. Private jet. C. Expensive car. Again, Floyd Mayweather loves to ride a limo when he is out at night. A. Rare breed of horse. B. Private jet. C. Expensive car. Number 4. You won't feel better if you don't take your meds. A. Vitamins. B. Medicines. C. Drugs. Again, you won't feel better if you don't take your meds. A. Vitamins. B. Medicines. C. Drugs. Number 5. You need to study and prepare for an exam. A. Test. B. game. C. Lesson. Again, you need to study and prepare for an exam. A. Test. B. Game. C. Lesson.
You were great, kids. Now, let's check your answers. Number 1. A bike stands for C. Bicycle. Number 2. Fans refer to B. People who follow and admire another. Number 3. A limo is C. An expensive car. Number 4. Meds are letter B. Medicines. And number 5. Exam is another word for letter A. Test.
Thank you, Teacher Al. So, kids, how did you find the quiz? Wonderful. I know you can get all the right answers because you listened attentively to our lesson. I'm happy you understand the topic this morning.
Indeed, you did a wonderful job, kids. Keep it up.
If you got 4 or 5 correct answers, you did very well. You are ready to move on to the next lesson.
If you got 3 or below, it's okay because you can still review our lessons for today.
You are right, Teacher Al.
How time flies so fast. It saddens me that we will be bidding farewell.
Me too, Teacher Al. But for sure, we will see each other again next episode.
That's for certain, Teacher Gisette. Kids, before we say goodbye, allow us to acknowledge the people behind our radio based instruction program.
Special thanks to the local government of Bago City, headed by the ever supportive leaders, City Mayor Honorable Nicolas M. Yulo, and City Vice Mayor Honorable Ramon D. Torres, members of the Sangguniang Panunsod, and Head of the City Information Office, Mr. Ace Balboa.
Thanks also to DepEd Bago City, headed by our Dynamic Schools Division Superintendent, Dr. Alan B. Yap, SASO 5, together with our very supportive Assistant Schools Division Superintendent, Dr. Ernie V. Miranda, SASI, our Division Chiefs, Dr. Maria Lourdes V. Chodoro, CID Chief, Sir Orlando G. Cesar Jr., SGOD Chief, and Mom Marilyn M. Gonzaga, Education Program Supervisor 1 in English, Dr. Raymond L. Santiago, Education Program Supervisor 1 of LRMS, and Mr. Roxan Del Castillo, PDO 2, LRMS, Public Schools District Supervisors, school heads, and teacher for entrusting us this task.
Thank you, ma'ams and sirs.
And of course, thank you to our dear parents who stayed beside their kids while listening to our radio program.
Yes, Teacher Al. They spent their precious time today with our grade 5 learners. Salute to you, our dear parents.
And another fruitful hour has passed while learning about clip words for grade 5 English.
This broadcast was made possible through the efforts of yours truly, Teacher Gisette R. Dunasco from Dr. A. R. Shan Elementary School, and Teacher Al C. Pindoy from Bago City Senior High School, the voices behind today's episode.
We would like to thank our script writer, teacher Jeff Mark C. Lavillas of ML Araneta Elementary School.
Thank you also to Teacher Gilbert Paulo C. Pagapang of Leonor de la Rama Elementary School for the technical assistance provided in the production of today's episode. Until next time, these are your teacher broadcasters, Teacher Gisette.
And this is Teacher All, only here in Eskwelahan sa Kahanginan, Radyo Eskwela sa Radyo Bago 101.7 FM, ang radyo sa mga bagunhon. Aton ini.
Nagustuhan nyo bala ang mga episodes naton sa Radyo Eskwela? Mahimo nyo ini mapamatian liwat sa YouTube. I-type lang ang BantaYeah Radyo Eskwela. BantaYeah. BantaYeah Radyo Eskwela. Hindi magkalipat mag-subscribe. BantaYeah!
Ang BantaYeah YouTube channel may wide variety videos, kasubong sang educational, mga nanari-sari nga events sang DepEd kag Bago City. May ara man ini mga topic parehas sang astronomy, kag mga vlogs, reactions, or fun videos sang BantaYeah Girls, kag madamo pa. Please follow our Facebook page and TikTok. Just type BantaYeah and subscribe to our YouTube channel BantaYeah. BantaYeah. BantaYeah!
BantaYeah!